everyone. I'm just out with Stan at the moment, but we've got a couple of things that we need to get ticked off today. One of them being a decision on the bifold or sliding doors. From a couple of videos ago, you'll have seen that we went to the window and door place, and we think we actually preferred the bifolds to the sliders. But we kind of realised that obviously the bifolds, when they collapse down, they're going to stick out onto the patio, and we just need to sort of figure out whether that is going to be an issue or not, because our patio is not very deep. So we're going to measure that today. And also I want to see if I can get rid of the window. It's already in the house at the moment, and we were just going to replace it, the one that's in the kitchen. But I'm finding that the kitchen design is becoming a little bit difficult because of that window. There's no reveal, so it's taking away, you know, wall space. So I can't have cupboards, I can't have a shelf, can't have like tower units, because there's no gap between the window and the back wall. So I'm going to use an amazing tool that I found on VELUX's website. It's called Light Calculator. So you just pop in all your like details, all your measurements and the space, and it tells you how many windows, doors, and like the area basically that you need to be glass, so you get enough light into the room. So we're going to use that today and see if we can brick that window up, because it's causing me a few issues. So yeah, I would ideally like to get rid of it. And we've also got some news on the builder as well, so yeah, very exciting. Right, over this style. So yeah, we'll catch up with you guys in a bit. Get your stick, get it! Okay, so now we're back home, and there's a couple of things that I want to check. So the first one being the bifold doors, but it all sort of depended on how far out the bifolds stick out into the patio. Because like I say, our patio isn't that big, and I really don't want it to encroach on the space that we've got. So I need to measure. I've got all my little like dimensions. So we're going to go and measure it now and see how far it's going to stick out. Okay, so now we're just going to measure and let's see how far they stick out.
Probably about level with the end of the slab. Actually, yeah. Measure it on the floor. It's always going to give you a better perspective.
Yeah, just a bit past the slab.
Okay.
But yeah, so actually, that's not as bad as I thought. I mean, we kind of want that to be like a bit of an outdoor kitchen-y bit, like pizza oven, probably get some kind of like tabletop barbecue or something, so that's not really encroaching on anything.
We just moved the pizza oven along a little bit, yeah.
I know that's going to be like redone and stuff anyway.
Yeah, and you can still get round down the side of the house from it, so it's not going to be in the way.
Yeah, because it's quite far in as well, isn't it? That's not too bad. Right, let's try this one. And we've tidied up as well since the bins have been moved, so it's looking a little bit nicer.
Looks a lot smarter.
It does. I can't wait for this to come down.
So you need to go 665 from that end.
65, right here.
And then it comes out 1,220.
Alright, this one's bigger.
Yeah, it does come out much further. Well, the bigger doors, aren't they?
Yeah, 1,220 is about there, so pretty much in line with this.
The end of the wall.
Which again,
It's only the width of the path. This wall's coming out, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
all of this is coming out, and I was probably going to put like garden furniture here, so again we can kind of...
There's plenty of space. It's obviously not the deepest of patios when you see it there, but I mean it's just off to what, the middle of this third slab.
Yeah, like I see it, past here. About there.
Yeah.
Again, that's not too bad. It's only outdoor furniture and maybe like a fire pit. That's gonna go in.
Everything else is open, so...
Yeah, and you'll get the space from this. When that's not here, it'll feel a lot more open.
Yeah. Look at those window heights. We haven't shown the awning. We need to show that at some point. God, it's horrific.
Like falling apart. But yeah, we've got a few bits like coming up. Like the tulips are coming, the daffodils are coming. So it does feel like a bit like more like spring. But yeah, I don't know. I want to do more in the garden, but then the builders are just going to come and ruin it. So it's like one of them, like spring's here and you want to like just plant, but there's kind of no point.
It gives us something to do until the building starts.
Yeah, we've got the greenhouse to do.
So yeah, it's probably a good time to actually update on the builder. We've had a conversation this week and actually he's given us some more firmed updates. So he's started his job, which is basically we're following it. So once he's at the point that the groundworks and the brickies are finishing their task, they're on to us, which it is still a couple of months, so we are going to have to find something to keep you entertained in the meantime. Probably here in the garden there's a few bits that we can do with fencing and maybe a greenhouse that needs to do.
Yeah, we've still got a collapsed panel from Storm Eunice. So we've got that to mend, and the greenhouse will be a nice one, to be fair. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. So
now it looks like we're getting some dry weather.
I know. So July is the lucky day, hopefully, when we start. Maybe earlier, but it's come forwards a little bit. Officially it's August, but he thinks he's well ahead of schedule anyway, so July is realistic. And maybe they get done a bit quicker and we actually land maybe in June. Let's see.
Oh my God. I don't even seem that far away, actually.
No, it's really not.
So yeah, a few more things to firm up, but I think the bifolds are going to be a winner.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Decision making. Afternoon everyone. So we've got a few other things crossed off our list today, and I'm finally sat down going to look at the kitchen window and whether or not we can get rid of it. So I'm going to log on to VELUX's website now and I'm going to run you through the daylight calculator tool on there. Honestly, it's a great tool and it really does help. We'll see if we can get rid of the window or not. Fingers crossed. This is VELUX's website if you've never been on it before. And what we're looking for is the daylight calculator tool. So if you click through onto here, and this is where it says that to have adequate levels of light, it's recommended that the glazed area of all the windows is no less than 20% of the floor area. So it's really this that we're looking for to see if we can get rid of the windows or not. So let's get started and go through it. So I'm going to put our project down as an extension. Obviously it's not a loft, but we aren't actually adding any space to the floor plan. And we'll have a pitched roof for our VELUX. Continue. And then obviously just calculate your width and your depth. So because we're not actually adding space to ours, I'm just going to divide it up. And ours will roughly be about 11 by 4.5. We have other windows, yep, so we will. So this little bit has caught me out a few times. So it's actually the glazed area. So if we look down on our window quote, it tends to tell you there. Obviously that's like the full dimension of the door or the window, including the frame, but you're actually just looking at this number here. So the first one is 1.073 and the height is 1.873, and there'll be 3 of those. And then the other ones are 0.785 by 1.873, and there'll be 5 of those. Add next. And then it literally gives you the answer straight away. So it tells us what our project space is, which is about 50 square meters. And then our glazed area is 27%. So at the beginning it said 20% minimum, so we are well above that. And this calculation also doesn't include the VELUX windows that we're going to have. So we're going to have another 3 windows on the pitched part of the roof. So I think we're going to be good to go to get rid of that window, block it all up, and I will get some extra storage in the kitchen. Yay! So yeah, I'm really happy with that. It's the result that we wanted. So now I know that we can get rid of that window and I can start planning the kitchen out, not having to think about it basically. So we're going to be able to either put another shelf up or a cupboard or something in the space rather than it just being a dead corner. So yeah, well chuffed with that. It's a really handy little tool for situations like that where no one can really tell you if there's going to be enough light or not. Our architect obviously was like, well, keep the window and it'll be fine. But then there's always that kind of niggle in the back of your head that, well, you've left it in. Have you left it in for a reason? Do we need it? Because obviously one of the big things downstairs for us now is that it's dark at the moment. Like, even though the days are getting longer and, you know, spring's coming, they're still really deep, dark rooms. But this does fill me with a bit of confidence that it will be okay and I can get rid of that window confidently. So there we are. We've made some decisions today on the windows and doors. It's a good job really, because we're going to have to start ordering them.
I know, scary.
Now we've actually got a date from the builder and the lead times and everything are still really crazy. We're going to have to do it. First big buy.
Definitely, yeah. So on next week's video, we're doing the fencing.
Yep, and I'm also going to show you some of our design ideas.
We hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you on the next one.
See you Monday.